everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I put together my black butterfly spread that I did in honor of Black History Month. So let's jump right in. There was kind of a swirling or swerving motif I envisioned for this spread, spanning from the bottom left hand corner of the spread to the top right hand corner, and I was like, what is round that I can map this out with? So I just used this cup of pens as kind of a round guide to help me gently pencil out where I think this is going to go. So for this spread, my color scheme was inspired by the Capital Chic Culture book. Of course, you see the butterfly stamp because it is the black butterfly spread. And I pulled out all of the washi I thought I might want to use in this spread. A lot of neon colors, some fitness stickers, some old school fitness stickers from the Happy Planner, as well as some other books. So first things first, I usually will cover up the little note box on my sidebar, and I found the perfect sticker in this book that says, "Excuse me while I succeed." Kind of sets the tone for the entire week. So the next thing I like to do at the top of the week is mark out my husband's work schedule, where he's working and if he's traveling. So here I'm just using some lime green and teal washi tape to add some color. So now I'm going to get to work on my sidebar, which I kind of describe as like the front of the refrigerator in my mind. It's the best place to keep anything front and center in front of my face. So a lot of times I will write down important reminders on this column. I'll put my meal plan in this column, what I plan to cook. And if I have any kind of like habit trackers or anything like that, a lot of times I'll put that here as well. So once I write in my top 3 priorities for the week, I'm going to take the coordinating Tombow markers and add bullets. The other thing I like to do is add some sort of header that actually says what the sidebar is being used for. So I found a sticker here in the Capital Chic Culture book that says, "Let's get this done." So now I'm going to start dealing a little bit with our pattern that we mapped out earlier. So I chose the theme of this spread in honor of one of my favorite Deniece Williams songs, and I'll give you a hint. Black butterfly, sail across the waters. Tell your sons and daughters what the struggle brings. Black butterfly, set the skies on fire. Rise up even higher so the ageless winds of time can catch your wings. So yeah, that was the inspiration for this spread. And here I am putting in pencil the lyrics to the chorus of this song. So putting it in pencil just in case anything changes, I need to move anything. It's not just stuck there and I have to cover it up. Besides, I've never done anything like this before, so I'm still not 100% sure it's going to work at this point. So, yeah, let me just be non committal for a few more moments. So I'm not 100% sure whether I am going to do these lyrics permanently in black or in color. So I'm just gonna write in here black butterfly, the top words of the chorus phrases, and I will worry about the color later as the spread develops because we still got a whole lot to go. So now it's time for the functional elements of my spread. So you see all the post-it notes there. Those are kind of a fail-safe to make sure that I don't over decorate. So here I am putting in my to-do list for the week. If you're a vertical planner, you have the option to split up your spread many different ways. Some people do morning, afternoon, evening. Some people do like to-dos, notes, events, whatever the case may be. For a spread like this, especially with something going across the middle, I am opting to add in my to-do list kind of every other row, also kind of working around my design here. So I originally intended for every block of to-do list to have its own color, but I jacked that up in the first square. So what do we do when we have a mistake? We make that mistake a motif. So the first block was supposed to be all orange, and then the next spot was supposed to be like a purple color or whatever, and I made a mistake and put orange at the top of the second block. So now the last line of every block will be the same color as the first lines of the next to-do block. So if you mess up, it's okay. It's totally okay. Just roll with it. So now I'm going to actually add my to-do list headers. In a perfect world, you'd be able to find the words to do or today in whatever colors you wanted, and maybe a sticker book. A lot of people opt to do that. I do that from time to time too, but sometimes they just don't exist. So this is where your lettering comes in. Markers are your friend. They are a very inexpensive and utilitarian alternative to stickers. So here I have written in the word to do in the motif of my lines color wise. But to add a little bit of life and dimension, I think I'm going to zoom in here. Yes, I am adding slight shadowing to the letters by basically outlining every left edge of my letters. And you can do this really with just about any kind of lettering. You can do it with block lettering. You can do it with modern calligraphy. All you need to do is just make sure that you pay attention basically to what direction the light is facing. So in this case, if the sun, so to speak, was in the top right hand corner of my spread, the shadow would be on the left. So no matter what, the line should always be on the left edges, or vice versa. If you wanted the light coming from the left side, you would add the lines to the right. But it's just a little bit of something to help the lettering not look so flat and have some dimension. So now we're gonna go another step here to add a little bit of character. I'm just gonna add a couple of coordinating dots to each one of these to-do words just for an embellishment. You can do underlines, dashes, swirls, whatever you like. Next, in terms of functionality, I'm doing a 2-week workout challenge where I'm supposed to be doing 2 days of bar, 2 days of yoga, and 2 days of cardio during the week. So I am pulling out my old school fitness sticker rolls from the Happy Planner and adding those to the days where I am doing those workouts. I'm also pulling a couple of stickers from the Healthy Hero accessory pack for my yoga. As I mentioned earlier, I often like to put my meal plan on the left sidebar of my page, and the Brights Mega Book has some awesome functional rainbow colored stickers. So I'm gonna pull a meal plan sticker that is in the same color scheme as the spread. I kind of like green for today, so I think I'll use that. And I could just place that there, but I kind of like having a delineation between the sections in this sidebar. So I am going to take some orange washi tape and use it kind of like a title bar over here. And then I am actually going to place that meal plan sticker on top of it. Because it has a white background, it kind of gives it a cutout effect that I really like. Then I will use my colored markers once again to label my days. Just another way, another cheap way to add a little bit of color. This is something else some people also use stickers for. You got options, but markers work just fine for me. So now it's time to add our butterflies. I'm so excited. So I found almost the perfect shade of Memento ink. It's called Lilac Posies, and a Hero Arts butterfly stamp, a couple of them at Joann. And I'm just going to test this color right quick on a scrap piece of paper. So I'm using dye ink, which is really easy to work with. It's water-based, easy to clean up, all is well. So I'm also going to use a masking technique for this spread. So what I'm doing, I'm going to take a sheet of paper and I'm going to cover up anything I don't want my stamp to touch. And I basically just taped the paper down to the table so it wouldn't move. And this helps just to control the area in which the stamp shows up. So for this bottom left hand corner, I think I want to start with a big orange butterfly. And what I'm going to do is take that ink directly to my stamp, not the other way around. If you're using a rubber stamp that's not like clear on the back, that helps you be able to make sure that your ink is completely covering the stamp and you don't have patches. So I'm going to put that butterfly kind of over the side of my side panel. Ooh, rock and roll. And there is the stamp. And when I remove the paper, you'll see the masking effect that I was talking about. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, everywhere that the paper was, no stamp. And now I'm going to use my Lilac Posies ink to do the top right hand corner. And I'm going to mask off the edge of the page so the butterfly kind of looks like it's flying off the edge of the page. All right. Press, rock, and roll. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. So we got our two big butterflies. They came out perfectly. Stamping is another very inexpensive way to add beauty to a spread. So I'm going to stretch myself a little bit in this spread and do something else I've never done. I've never used dolls in a spread before. So Capital Chic is known for very beautiful imagery in their sticker books. And I think this one with the lime green top, this lady, and pink pants is gonna be perfect to go in the upper right hand corner of this spread, if I can get her out. Yes, I can. And would you look at that? Next, I'm just gonna put in the rest of my functional elements. I don't like moving my Post-its until I know that everything is in functionally. That way I don't miss anything, and again, to make sure that I don't over decorate. So I'm finding a couple stickers here to add for Bible study, and I'm also going to add something to my sidebar just to show my 2-week yoga challenge and keep that front and center. I will say these stickers are kind of hard to cut with an X-Acto knife, just so you know. So if you plan to cut those stickers, it's best to try to do it with scissors beforehand, as opposed to trying to cut them with a knife like some of the other clear or vinyl stickers. Just FYI. One thing I was gonna mention is that you'll notice my planning process isn't necessarily linear. It's mainly because I am very much function over fashion. I want to make sure that my spread is actually functional at the end of the day. So that's why you're actually seeing me pin some of this stuff before the decoration. So here, inking up a little bit of lime green, and I'm gonna add a quote to this top box. A lot of times on Monday, I like to start with a Monday mantra. So I envisioned having a quote of some sort in that box. And I found the perfect one that says, think, dream, plan. So now I am ready to actually pin the lyrics across my spread. So I decided at the end of the day to do mostly black here, but I am going to use color for certain words, just to add a little bit of emphasis. But I thought it would be safe to use black because most of the other elements in this spread are already brightly colored. I was once told in design a little bit of black never hurt anything. Ground stings. And then I am going to actually use color for the last lyric here, but I thought it deserved some pizzazz, so I am changing my lettering style. Modern calligraphy isn't my strong suit. It's something I'm working at, so practice makes better. So I just kind of used the raspberry color here and added the same kind of shadowing that I did to the to-dos to give it dimension, to give it wings, so to speak. I'm also going in between the phrases of these lyrics and adding little dashes just to, I guess, intimate the appearance of motion. These butterflies are actually flying across the page. So I'm going to add those dashes. Also, our bottom orange butterfly deserves a doll too. And there were a couple of beautiful dolls that were dressed in orange. So we'll add that one there. And a couple other functional elements like a placeholder for my mom and I's talk show on Thursday. Colorful boxes always come in handy. So y'all, let me know if you would be interested in seeing a series about using stamps in your planner. I taped some footage a while ago and I was too chicken to post it, but if you guys want to see it, I got a few techniques I can share with you and I'll edit and get that up. So let me know down in the comments. And while you're there, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So one thing you'll also notice here, my goal isn't to fill in every square inch of this spread. A lot of times you'll see people anywhere there is a blank space, they'll add a sticker or some sort of embellishment. There's something to be said for leaving a little bit of white space just to balance the spread and let it breathe, so to speak. So I kind of embrace the philosophy that less really is more, or shall I say, well placed less is really more. And that, my friends, is what I like to call the Before Thursday spread. I do most of my planning for Monday through Wednesday at the top of the week, because I don't usually know what's happening at the end until the middle of the week, and then I go back and do the rest. So I'll be back shortly to show you the rest of my After the Pen. So here I'm just going in and filling in now what I know toward the middle of the week concerning the end of the week. So another good reason to leave some white space in your planner is just simply for the functionality of making sure you can account for changes. It's much easier to go in and add something you didn't know about later than it is to try to compensate or cover up something that has changed, or make room for something that pops up later on in the week. If you haven't already seen it, I did a video called 6 Ways to Fight Planner Overwhelm, especially for my beginner planner friends. Be sure to check that out if you haven't, but I do kind of explain you got to find what works for you in terms of your planning schedule. But like I mentioned earlier, I don't do the whole week in one sitting because I know that my life is entirely too fluid for that. I plan the first half of the week, and then I come back and reassess my plans and do the rest of the week later. So just know you have options. Don't feel forced to do your entire spread in one sitting if you don't absolutely have to. So now that I have all of my to-do list and my functional elements in, I'm dealing with my empty space on the top of Wednesday and the bottom of Friday. And since it is Black History Month, I thought it would be a great idea to add quotes and facts. So I found a wonderful quote by the late Dr. Maya Angelou that says, "We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty," which I think is completely appropriate for this butterfly spread. What are the odds? Another tip to make things like this stand out is to use large or colored caps. Just a small touch. So I found another quote I really liked that I'll use on Thursday that says, "I am magical and I can do anything." Now I like the quote, I like the colors, but something about it just lacks oomph. So I am going to go out on a limb and try something. I'm going to take my green marker and just add some little dots all around this particular sticker. Kind of puts me in the mind of sparkles. Then I'm going to go back in with another color Yellow. I'm going to go back in with yellow just to add a little bit of depth and dimension here. Let's see if I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So I think I'm actually going to do the same thing to the butterflies in my spread to give them a little extra oomph. And I'll just kind of alternate colors across my spread. Again, another small technique you can do with just markers, no stickers required. So we still have an empty space on Friday at the bottom of the page, and I figured, in keeping with our theme, I would do a Black History fact. So did you know on February 5th of 1990, a young man by the name of Barack Obama became the first Black president of the Harvard Law Review. And also, if you didn't know, he later became the 44th president of the United States. Just letting you know. But quotes, facts, scriptures, gratitude lists, those are all great ways to fill in large amounts of white space in your planner if it bothers you. And speaking of white space, ooh, look at that bonnet. I'm going to add some more butterflies on Saturday, and I am literally going to write myself a reminder that resting is nothing to feel guilty about. If you're like me, it's easy to look at all the white space in your planner and be tempted to fill it up or feel like you're not doing enough. It's okay. White space is your friend. It's just simply a reminder to take a pause and let your life be full and not necessarily so busy. All right, friends, that is my completed after the pen spread. Of course, there's an empty space on Sunday. It's placeholder. At that time, I didn't know what was going there, but this is the spread. I truly hope this has been helpful, and thank you for sticking with me through my very first plan with me. I promise we'll get better together. So always remember, do what you love what you do, and keep at it. See you later.